It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Hi, folks. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. So the Baltimore Orioles, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because this team has already got the building blocks in place, and you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. So almost ready to get underway. And our starting pitcher here today, Kevin Gausman. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out. And not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
There's a swing and a drive. Tattooed to Tatertown and gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. The Orioles strike first. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
So let's take a closer look inside the numbers. That blast from StatCast, 113 miles an hour off the bat, Singy.
And it just flew out of here, Boog. Even if you only heard the ball hit the bat, you knew that was a home run. I mean, he put a perfect swing on it, and the numbers back it up.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Santander in pursuit. Makes the catch for the out. So here's Baltimore's lineup to start 2025. Chris, this is a team looking to take the next step.
Yeah, Boog, they've had tremendous seasons in 2023 and 2024, winning 192 combined games, but they still haven't won a postseason game since 2012. With that said, I think this could be the year that changes.
And first offering is fouled off.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
1 down, base is empty. On a line, base hit.
Right there, he does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. And there's a foul ball. Gausman, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. The 0-1. Hit on the ground might be 2. To Jimenez. Out. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And we're back. And towing the slab in this one, Kyle Bradish. What do we have on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Andres Jimenez leading things off and takes a strike. And a foul ball. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Cowser settles under it and makes the grab. And there's one away. Here's the lineup the Blue Jays are rolling out there to start 2025. Chris, they're hoping to get back on track this year after a disappointing season.
Indeed, and they were a preseason dark horse pick last year, Boog, and things just never really clicked for them. It's been almost a decade since they've won a postseason game. Maybe this is the year they break through.
Bo Bichette, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
1-0.
1 out, bases empty. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
2 outs, bases empty. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Blue Jays go down in order. They trail here 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Now, Jordan Westburg. Gosman back to work. Westburg in his second season, 26 years old, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. Ground ball left side. Fires over to Guerrero, and quickly 1 away in the second.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Gary Sanchez.
Here's Gary Sanchez now.
It's no surprise they call this batter a day player. He statistically performs better in these games, and he's hoping for a big performance in this one.
Left field, way back there. Santander moving back for it. Pulls it in on the warning track.
First baseman,
2 down, bases empty. Ryan Mountcastle, the next to hit for the Orioles. Fought off foul. Two outs. Swings through that one for strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
On the ground, Clement fires over to first, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Orioles, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Back here at Rogers Center, Anthony Santander at the plate. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Foul ball there. Swing and a miss.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
James Kingsley, our plate umpire, consistent and maybe a little generous on the edges.
Yeah, Boog, he'll give a little bit on the edges, like you said, but from what I've seen, he usually does that when a pitcher is just commanding those parts of the strike zone, and essentially they've earned it. The umpire rolls with them.
Whips it to Mountcastle. 1 up, 1 down.
Got to feel pretty good for the pitcher. Absolutely sawed him off. Bat explodes. And then he makes an easy play on it. Pretty satisfying if you're out there on the ball.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. And that is out of play. Bradish winds and deals. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Man at first with 1 gone, and next is the designated hitter, Will Wagner. And that's in for a strike.
0-1.
Struck him out swinging. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
Quick 3-pitch strikeout, and you look at the sequence. The plan was clearly to work him inside. Didn't want to let him get his arms extended, make him a little bit uncomfortable in there, and he ended up overmatching him in the process. That's one you have to take note of as a hitter for next time you come to the plate.
Here's George Springer. And that misses. And it's 1-0. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. Tying run is at first here on opening day. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. O'Neill under it. He's there. He's got it. And that will end the inning. 1 left for Toronto. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Back now in Toronto. Now it's going to be Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins.
Let's go, Jers.
Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting ninth, second baseman Jorge Mateo.
Jorge Mateo now.
Come on, Jose, let's go.
Squares to bunt, but that rolls foul.
Go, Toronto. Come on, Dave.
Line drive, base hit. So the 1-out hit turns the lineup over.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at-bat.
The batter now, Gunnar Henderson. There's a strike.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Mateo leads off first with 1 away. That one ripped. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
One out, runner at second. Rutschman now at the plate. Fly to left his first time. And a foul ball. Man at second. That one fouled off. The 0-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Off balance throw in time. Rutschman retired.
Now then, right fielder
Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Runner in from third to extend their lead.
Well done. Drives in the run. That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
Now the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill. 0 for 1 so far. And he swings through that one.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and it's 4-0.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
So, man aboard at the plate. Jordan Westberg grounded out his first time. On the ground to the left. They take the force out, and that is the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Orioles 4 and the Jays 0. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Next offering is fouled back. And the 0-2. And there's a ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Dalton Varsho stands in now and watches strike one. Swings and misses, and it's 0-2.
No ball, Boog, every team has a hitters meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive. You wonder what they talked about.
That one not close, and it's 1-2. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, that high four-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed, and just with good spin rate, good rotation through the zone, elevate it a little bit, get a lot of swings and misses, and that's a really nice job right there.
On the ground, right side. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Start of the fourth, stepping in, Gary Sanchez. In today's game, you look at exit velocity as a measure of process, and if guys are hitting the ball hard, eventually the results usually follow. Gary Sanchez, he is a guy that hits the ball hard. Springer hauls it in for the out, and there's one away.
First baseman Ryan Mountcastle.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. He's 0 for 1. Hit in the air, right field. And that is Springer. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. He popped out his first time. Now fly ball to right center. Varsho moving under it. And that is that. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Bo Bichette up to the dish. And that one fouled off.
Well, these Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Here's the 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
2 outs, base is empty. Now at the plate, Anthony Santander. Grounded out his first time up. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, sat down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
That one is absolutely belted. And one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. There's a strike. Right through there for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Picks up strikeout number 7. So no runs here on a base hit. No errors and 1 left. We played 4. It's the Orioles 4 and the Jays nothing. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Gausman back to work. Trying to bunt his way on. Grabs it barehanded. Gathers and throws. But he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
He was racing down the line and probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt and great hustle to get himself a knock.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Kevin Gausman makes way, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute. New pitcher now for the Jays, Chad Green.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
So the batting order turns over. So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. He's already homered here in this one. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add a pair. It's 6-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Adley Rutschman will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Green, in his 9th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and occasionally uses a cutter. Ground ball, Vlad Jr. steps on first for the out.
Now batting, right fielder, Colton Cowser.
Colton Cowser, the next to hit. Swing and a foul out of play. And that one lifted in the air center field. And there's 2 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Tyler O'Neill. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here on opening day. Late on that fastball.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Clement over to first. And O'Neill is retired. And that'll do it. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Will Wagner. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 8.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Swings and misses and one down below the zone.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Bases empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Line drive, fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in, not in time. He's got a double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. And that one hit 97 on the gun. Right back to him on the mound. The throw to first, out number 3. Blue Jays held in check. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. Now the third baseman, Jordan Westburg. To third. And foul ball. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Eric Swanson appears to be getting loose. Nance, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Dunks one into left, and the leadoff man aboard.
That's a good job right there. You got 2 strikes on you, just got to battle.
Here's Gary Sanchez. He swings and fouls one off. Runner at first with no outs here. There's a swing and a miss.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. In the air, left side. Santander in position. Hauls it in for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And now Ryan Mountcastle. Right side. Springer drifts towards it. Brings it in. And there's 2 away.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Cedric Mullins getting ready to hit. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Coming home. The relay to third. The tag out. He can't scramble back in time. But 1 run does score on the play before the inning ends. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Orioles 7 and the Jays nothing. Bottom of the 6th. Here's Andres Jimenez. Just missed.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Swing and a miss.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
The next pitch misses. 2-2.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Out to center. Mullins in pursuit. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
So up next for Toronto, Bo Bichette, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And a swing and a miss.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Mateo makes the grab, 2 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman Vladimir.
2 down, base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. Just missed. Next pitch is outside. Ground ball to the right side. Into the outfield. Base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, left fielder,
Anthony Santander digs in now. 1 for 2. Just missed. Guerrero leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. And that is that. 1 left for Toronto. Not going their way. It's 7-0.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Eric Swanson.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So digging in, Jorge Mateo. He's 2 for 2. Left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
And next for the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Oh, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike, you go after him and finish him off.
Nice grab.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
And into the box for Baltimore, Adley Rutschman. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Jimenez throw to first. That's out number 3. Orioles held in check there, but they're still in control. It's 7-0. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Swings through that one for strike one.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
This to center field. And it drops in. And a good start to the inning.
When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Man at first, nobody out. Next is the designated hitter, Will Wagner. And that's fouled off.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Aye. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that K brings him into double digits for the game.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Right side, and that's just foul. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Throws to Henderson. And he'll hold on to it, so they get 1.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now a chance for Alejandro Kirk.
Come on, Kirk.
That's through there for a strike. That one's in there. And the count is 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
2 outs. Got him. And he keeps putting up the Ks. That's number 11. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Singy, one of the biggest ways the game has changed, bullpen arms. So many elite level bullpen. The other component is you get less viewings of a specific pitcher. So your ability to go to school on one guy, you maybe get 2 looks at him and then he's gone.
Yeah, and I mean, these guys utilize the iPads and try to see previous footage of that pitcher, but it's just not the same as having an actual look.
Tyler O'Neill, the next to hit for the Orioles. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1.
Swanson, 31 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2014. Swing and a miss at a slider.
No ball, 2 strikes.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Fires over to Guerrero, and O'Neill is retired. So next to hit for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg, 1 for 3. This to third, and it gets by him. Still fires to first. The throw won't get there in time, and they come away without an out.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You gotta love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first. And not every shortstop can even make that play.
Sanchez, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. That one felt good. His first homer of the year, and they add to the lead. It's 9-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
2 outs, nobody on. Ryan Mountcastle now at the plate. On the ground to third. Oh, look at the stop. Fires to first, and that's a nice play to end the inning.
Well, that right there was all pre-pitch positioning. Put himself in the perfect spot to make a great play.
Bottom of the 8th. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Bradish back to work. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Establishing both ends of the zone is critical. Most times guys are wanting to get hitters out down, but if you can get them to look up, get a called strike, that's going to make that strike zone a lot bigger.
Bradish still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking, and he's up to 12 strikeouts on the day. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. And it's fouled away. And the pitch. Close but called a ball. And that is ball 1. And he grounds one to the right side. Mateo sends it to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop,
Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays.
Let's go, Jays.
And that one popped in the air, left field. Drops into the glove, and the inning is over. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now, Cedric Mullins. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Springer going back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. And next for the Orioles, Jorge Mateo.
If there's nobody on in front of him, you know, a single for him many times is a double. This guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first base.
Swinging a foul back, that's out of play. And now the 0-1. Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. He circles the bases. His first homer of the year. It's 10-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Eric Swanson out of the game, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
Tommy Nance takes over on the mound. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Tommy Nance.
Back to the top of the order now. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. And a foul ball. One out, bases empty, and a run in here at the top of the ninth. Swings and misses. 0-2.
0-2.
Rocketed out towards right center. Varsho makes the grab on the run.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the Orioles catcher, Adley Rutschman, 0 for 4 with 3 ground outs and a flyout. Hard hit, right side. Jimenez, throw to first. And that's the 3rd out. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 10-zip. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom 9, and here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
So Vladdy Jr. strikes out.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
Santander at the plate now. That's ball 1. There's a strike.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
1-2 now. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Clement in the box now. No balls and a strike. Ground ball, and this should do it. On to first, ball game. And the Orioles collect their first win of the season.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command of this game, and he saw it all the way through to the end. Nice win.
10-zip your final in this one, as the Orioles win this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.